I'm here.
Hey, Lainey, how's it going?
I'm so sorry. It's been crazy, man.
Don't you worry, it's absolutely fine. How you doing?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well. How you been holding up?
I'm hanging in there. It's a good
Yeah.
week.
We've all got to hang in there. It's crazy times at the moment, isn't
You are not lying.
it? Well, big week for you, isn't it? Obviously, new album coming on Friday, and I'm so excited for you because I've just been listening to the album and I'm absolutely stunned by it. It's superb. Love every track on it. So this must be a hugely exciting time for you. Tell us about how you're feeling.
It really is. I'm so proud of this thing, Dan. I'm talking about top to bottom, every line, every syllable. I mean, the production, this is definitely not something that we, just kind of threw together overnight. This is something that I've been working on for years. And it just feels like everything's kind of coming to fruition, and to see the reaction people are already having is pretty cool, and it's very humbling.
Yeah, and do you know what's great? I love to see an artist putting out a full body of work nowadays because we see so many EPs and so many kind of standalone singles. How important was that for you? Because I know personally, I'm an album guy. I love the full package. So
Yes, same. I'm all about listening to a record top to bottom. I think the experience that comes along with that is you can't compare it to anything. And really, I mean, so many artists who do full bodies of work like a record, they put so much time and energy into figuring out where each song goes. And if you really pay attention and listen top to bottom, then sometimes you'll realize, oh wow, this is kind of telling a story, or I see why they put that there, and it just all kind of makes sense. And yeah, it's a completely different experience when you can turn on a record, don't skip one, just listen to the thing.
yeah, and you co-wrote every song on the record as well. So it's obviously a very personal one for you, and you've obviously got a lot of confidence in your own writing as well. When there's so many great songs out there for you to choose from. So tell us about the thought process behind that and why you wanted to keep it so personal.
Yes, I feel like at the end of the day, the songs that I end up recording are the ones that are the most personal to me, the ones that are really just telling the truth. I've written so many songs, but like I said, the ones that end up rising to the top just really tell my story, and who I am and what I want to say and how I want to say it. And it's so cool that I have been able to be unapologetically myself throughout this entire process. And that's all you got to be, is just be yourself. And because people end up liking that more anyway. Everybody else is taken, just be you. And you know, it's pretty awesome that I can do that with my music.
Yeah, I was just reading the interview you did with Forbes last month, and you were saying that over the last year you've written something like 200 plus songs. Like, how on earth can you keep so inspired and so creative throughout that period? Because I guess sitting at home in your living room isn't the best kind of writing material, is it?
No, and a lot of the times I get my ideas and stuff from just listening to people's conversations, and I haven't heard a lot of conversations in the past year. So I've definitely had to pull, inspiration from different places. And it's going to be interesting to see the kind of songs that come out of this time. It's going to be cool. I think people are getting a little more real with themselves and about how they feel, because they're kind of forced to. And yeah, so it's just about finding inspiration from literally the sky. I don't know. It's just like watching TV, listening to people, what they have to say on there, and yeah, just getting real with your feelings.
I wanted to ask you about my personal favorite on the record, Keeping Bars in Business. I love the production on that song. It's just so moody and almost that kind of ethereal feel about it. Tell us about working with Jay on that one and how special that was for you.
Yeah. So, before going in the studio with Jay, I already knew the song was special. I already knew that a lot of people would be able to relate to it. Because, I mean, sometimes we go through things in life. Maybe I'm struggling, maybe you're celebrating, maybe you're having the best day of your entire life, but those are the things that keep the world spinning and turning. And those are the things that are keeping bars in business, with the exception of 2020. But Jay really did. He sprinkled his Jay Joyce fairy dust on it and brought it to life in a really cool way. And he allowed it to still kind of speak for itself. But it does feel like one of those, kind of anthemic songs that people are really gonna dig. And I'm excited for them to hear it.
Yeah. What is that Jay Joyce fairy dust that you just mentioned? Because he's like the top guy in Nashville now for album production. So what is it that he actually brings to the studio experience for you?
Yes, Jay still allows the song to be what it's supposed to be, but somehow just makes it cooler. He will listen to your thoughts and stuff, but he will do, I mean, he would walk up to people's guitars and untune them a little bit. And, he didn't want it to be perfect, and I'm not perfect. So I think that's kind of why it worked. But he truly does, he loves the music. He does not have a plaque hanging on his wall. He don't care about that. He loves music, and you can just tell. You can tell when you listen to what he does, and he's just a fan of it. And he really is. I mean, I like to call him a mad scientist, but it's like he throws everything into this big old pot and just like mixes it up, and then it comes out like voila. I don't even know. I can't even explain it. I mean, he knows what he's doing.
I love everything he does. He's producing some of the best stuff that's coming out of Music City at the moment. Everything seems to be Jay Joyce at the moment, which is awesome. And another personal favourite of mine on the album, which I think is going to be a huge fan favourite, is Pipe. And that's a big old like redneck anthem, and it's just so Lainey Wilson. It's just perfect. So tell us about the writing process for that one, because I guess that was a pretty fun day in the writing room.
Oh man. Yes, I'm so glad you asked about that. So I wrote this with John Pierce and Luke Dick. And John is a good old boy from Montana, just like a country boy. And Luke Dick is also a character. When I walked into the studio, this is the first time I was writing with Luke. He literally had this pipe, and he lit up this pipe, and he was just smoking it right there in the middle of the studio. And I loved it. I'm like, this is my dude. This is my people. Like, this is it. Like, we gonna get along just fine. And yeah, I was sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, well, put that in your pipe and smoke it. And I asked him, I was like, have you ever written that? And he said, no, but that's what we're writing today. And we ended up really kind of making it into a redneck rule book, and really just kind of like words that I live by. And it has just such like this live full band feel to it that I feel like, so many people right now, we're missing live shows, but I'm hoping that they can listen to this song and feel like they're at one.
Yeah. Well, speaking of live shows, you are doing like some bits and bobs here and there. You're doing a few shows this month and into April and May as well. How excited are you to actually get back out on the road? Because I guess for someone like you who just lives on playing live and the atmosphere, how much are you looking forward to that?
I can't even explain it. Live shows, playing with my band, it really does do my soul some good. And not just that, like I can look out across the crowd and I can see that it's also doing, the people soul some good. And we all just want to feel something. And for me, a live show is like all of us being in the same place together, and making sure that nobody feels alone, whatever that means. If they're trying to have a damn good time, or if they're going through something, like that's my goal, is to make sure that everybody feels like they're not alone. And so I'm missing that. I know everybody's missing that, and we're gonna get back to it, and it's gonna be better than ever.
Well, we're missing having you in the UK, Lainey, because I felt like you were building up so much momentum with C2C and the long road, and then it all just went crazy. So, how much are you looking forward to kind of continuing your European adventure?
I can't even explain that either. Truly, I mean, I will never forget the first time I came over to the UK. It was for Country Music Week in 2018. And, everybody was singing my songs. And honestly, I had more of a fan base over there at the time than I did over here. And I will never forget that. I mean, y'all are some of my first believers, and that will never go forgotten or unnoticed. And it really just overwhelms me, because never in a million years did I think my music, little country Lainey Wilson from Baskin, Louisiana, would have friends and fans in the UK. So as soon as I can make it back over there, I'll be there.
That's what we like to hear. Well, Lainey, thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate your time. It's always so good to speak to you. It's
You
always one
too,
of my favourite ones to
man.
do. So
You
thank you,
too. I
Lainey.
can't wait to see you.
Really appreciate your time, and best of luck with the album.
Thanks, man. Be good.